Hi there, thanks for joining me. I'd like to share with you a couple of LPs that I'll be adding into my collection. They arrived today, and two of them are actually unexpected ads, and I'll tell you more about those later. Those are absolute bargains, and they were my surprise ads. So the first LP that arrived in the post, because I had to order these online, is Envy of None. Here's the back. There you go. So this band, the album is a self-titled LP called Envy of None, and I had never heard of this band at all. This LP was released just this April of this year, and it came to my attention thanks to the YouTube algorithms, and it came up as a recommendation, one of their songs. I clicked on it and had a listen, and I really liked their sound. So I went on to discover more of their songs online, and I was just kind of bowled over by it because their overall sound to me was a bit of like a Hooverphonics, a tiny bit of Portishead in there, and throw in some Sisters of Mercy. So you had some dream pop, a little bit of industrial pop in there as well, and it's just fantastic. There are 11 tracks on here, and here's the sleeve. I'll just show you the sleeve. The inner sleeve comes with the lyrics, which I find always a bonus. I love it because I actually like to read the lyrics. And here's the vinyl. It's quite heavy, nice and heavy vinyl. It's a label there, if you can see. And here's the other side. So it's a really good quality pressing. I was very impressed by that, along with you know, the usual weight of the vinyl. The LP is beautifully produced, and I only found out after I had ordered this LP that this band was actually created by the guitarist of Rush, Alex Lifeson, and they recorded this LP during the COVID pandemic. The last track on this album is called Western Sunset, and it's a tribute to Neil Peart, who was the drummer for Rush. Sadly, he passed away in 2020, so it's quite poignant for that track to be on this LP. It came with a free, digital download of the whole LP, so that's always a bonus for me. I'm really happy to add this one into my collection. And by the way, I was very relieved when the three albums I ordered online arrived intact without any damage, because there's always a risk of them arriving and then you find like a dink on the corner, and it's just so destroying because LPs aren't cheap these days. So this is what was included in the LP as well. Just want to show you kind of like a promo for other artists on the K-Scope label. So I think that's kind of cool because this is quite old school. This is how they used to do it in the 60s, 70s. They'd promote other LPs and you get information about that. So that's really lovely. The second LP I'll be adding, which I like to share with you, is the soundtrack for the film The Last Black Man in San Francisco, directed by Joe Talbot. It's his first film. So I'm a bit late to the party on this one. The film was actually released in 2019. And I came across it on a streaming service. And I know San Francisco quite well. And I was just there for quite a long holiday. So I had to watch the film. And what struck me the most was the soundtrack and how it was part of the storytelling. And I just love that about movies that have fantastic soundtracks. And the film was so beautifully shot, and it was so wonderful to see all these different locations in San Francisco. In fact, one of the locations they shot, it doesn't even exist anymore. So that's how fast San Francisco is changing. So the movie is about a young black man who's trying to, I guess, repossess his grandfather's house. It's an old Victorian house in the Fillmore district near Golden Gate Park. And the person who plays the lead role, Jimmy Fails, it's partly based on his life, and so that's really a nice touch there. And I was just so bowled over by the soundtrack. I had to have it. And this too came with a digital download of the whole LP, which again, you know, it's really nice. So here's the inner sleeves. By the way, the LP is beautiful. It's a gatefold, so it shows a gorgeous photograph of the Golden Gate Bridge, and very atmospheric. There are 26 tracks on this double LP, and one of the songs is a cover of the Mamas and Papas San Francisco Be Sure to Wear Flowers in Your Hair song, and it's a fantastic cover. So here are the sleeves. They're beautifully produced. There you go. And there's a bit of a, I guess what you call an introduction from the director, Joe Talbot, and also the composer of this phenomenal soundtrack, Emile Mozoret. I hope I pronounced that properly. And here's the sleeve again for the second LP. You can see Danny Glover is there. He's from San Francisco, so he had a part in the movie, which was really great. And just the back there. The pressing is wonderful. Because sometimes, you know, it is hit and miss when you buy new LPs. Sometimes the pressing isn't perfect. So the third LP that arrived, undamaged, is Harold and Maude, the soundtrack to this movie, Harold and Maude. Now this movie, here's the back. This movie was released in 1971, so it's quite an old movie, but just this year they released a remastered 50th anniversary special issue LP, and the soundtrack is by Cat Stevens, and well, he's known as Yusuf these days, and the songs are wonderful. And with this remastered LP, what they've done is they've interspersed the tracks, the music tracks, with dialogue from the movie. So if you've seen the movie, it flows really well. It's a nice segue into the songs. The special edition LP comes with a beautiful booklet. It's 36 pages. And they've got some wonderful photographs of the movie and the lyrics. I'm really pleased about getting this LP, especially this special edition anniversary LP, because it's just got wonderful information about how the film was made, the lyrics, wonderful pictures. So just briefly, I want to tell you something about the movie. It's about a young man who appears to be really obsessed with death and doom and gloom until he meets the septuagenarian woman named Maude. And she is so full of life. She has a zest for life. And then he slowly changes and his life changes, basically. So I don't want to give too much of the movie away. The Harold and Maude film was filmed around the San Francisco Bay Area. So that's a nice connection with the previous LP I showed you, The Last Black Man in San Francisco. There are a couple places that don't exist anymore. So in a way, watching this film, it's a bit of a historical record as well when you see these places that no longer exist. And so here's the LP label. You can see there. I had two unexpected additions into my collection today. During my lunch break from work, I decided to have a walk into town and to have a bit of a mooch in one of the charity shops. And I came across two LPs, and one of them was this one, Les Miserables. So this is issued in 1985. Here's the gatefold, this beautiful gatefold. And then the back, you can see all the cast members. So these are the original London cast members. Here are the LPs. It's a double album, so there you go. Just to give you an idea. The vinyl is flawless. I've played both, and it's incredible. And the pressing is fantastic. And I can't believe I paid $2 US for this double album, and I was so excited. I actually let one of my friends know who's crazy about the West End. He knows everything about musicals. And I mentioned to him, say, hey, I can't believe it. You know, I got Les Mis for $2. And then he asked me to describe and give him the numbers and everything. And he informed me that this particular issue is worth, or is selling at the moment for about $50. So I was a bit shocked. So actually that's nice to know. So I actually have never seen the production. I've never read the book. I haven't even seen the film. So I'd like to do that. And the reason why I bought this was because I wanted to listen to it and really learn more about musicals. So that was a fantastic find. Absolutely awesome. I mean, I would grade this as near mint for the sleeve and the vinyl near mint. So I'm really happy to add that. So I found another LP along with Les Mis, and it was Earth, Wind and Fire, 1981 record called Raise. So here's the gatefold. There you go. It's nice gatefold. And here's the inner sleeve. It's a nice breakdown of Earth, Wind and Fire band members, and then you've got the original inner with the lyrics. Really nice. On the CBS label. So the big hit from this album is Let's Groove Tonight. Right, so I got Earth, Wind and Fire also for $2. It's got a little sticker on there. I'm not going to try to take it off because I realized that if you try, you're going to damage the sleeve, but it's fine. I don't mind it. And for $2, I actually have most of the Earth, Wind and Fire LPs, but I didn't have this one. I did not have this one. So it was really, for me, the buy of the day. And aside from the sticker, I would, you know, this album is in very good plus condition. And I would say the vinyl is near mint. I've played it, it's flawless. So I'm really pleased about that. So that's my drop, so to speak, into my collection for today. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope to see you again.